Hello everyone, welcome to week two. Before we start, I'd like to address a few questions that some of you asked. So, firstly, for the how to best prepare for things. So for quizzes, I would suggest it's more focused on your lecture material. So focus on that, and your professor will give you some resources so you can refer to that. For assignment specifically, it's recitation focused, and if you're doing well in the recitations, you should be good to go. And make sure you understand the concepts well, so that when you are doing it by yourself, you can do it better or move at a much faster pace without getting stuck so much. And even if you're stuck, as reminded you, we have lab hours where you can go to any TA during the lab hour and ask them for some help wherever you are stuck in your assignment. Secondly, for the grading, some people ask me that. So the grading is absolute, as I showed you the chart last time. So if you are in a certain range, you'll get that grade. So I'd just like to clear that. So starting with today's week, the agenda for today would be learning HTML and creating your first on web page, adding a few things to it, what we can do, so basic tools. And I'll be sharing some resources and what you will need to create it. I'll be sharing all those resources with you and some things to help you out when you do things on your own. So some of the resources to help you through that. And finally, we'll cover a bit of number conversions towards the last of the lecture. So getting ahead and starting with it, what is uh, you'll need a development environment. So here are the few things. So as this is an asynchronous section, I don't think you'll need Rutgers Computer Lab so much. Neither will I. And there we use Notepad++, but it's not supported by Mac. So on Mac, I would recommend Visual Studio Code. If you don't already have it, you can use this link to go to the website, and then you can download it for as it available across all platforms. You can download it from here and run it. And next would be creating an HTML file. How will you create it? So the process is simple. So I'll just show you with my Visual Studio Code. So when you open it up, it looks something like this. Then go to the Explorer and first create a folder anywhere you want of, let's say, CS170 week 1, and then open that folder. So I have a similar folder available with me. I'll be using that basic HTML. And once you have that folder, yours might be empty. So just how to create a new file is just click on this icon, create new file, and write the name of your file. Let's say my first HTML, and make sure you end it with .html so that the computer will know it's an HTML file and not a doc file or not a PPT or anything. So this is how you do it. So you'll have your first HTML file here. Also, I forgot what is HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It's a language which based on which web pages are created, and it's widely used, as you know how many web pages we use a day. So we're going to be learning how to create a basic web page initially, and then we'll move to some more advanced things that you can add. So to get started with it, how to write your first HTML file now that you have created it, go ahead and type this out on your Visual Studio Code. So you can pause the video here and see it, or I'll be coding along. So first is, so the advantage of using an IDE or development environment is you don't have to type much. It will give you automatic suggestions. So here it gives me doc type. So that's the line I need. Then let's say head, it gives me head. Then body, we have, oh, I forgot the HTML tag. Okay, so now that we have the basic structure, if you see, there's one this, and then rest of them are in pairs. So this one, the pairs are with normal text, and they end with a slash before their name. So that means, that signifies that this is an opening and this is an ending tag. So for example, HTML tag starts here and HTML tag ends here. I'll indent a bit to show which tag is inside which tag. It's not required for your web page to work properly, but it's just for clarity of the structure. So the HTML tag contains the head and the body tags. Also, anything inside these angular bracket are called tags. And these are the commands we use to let the browser know that this is this part of our web page, this is this part. So tags are essentially which will control all your web page. There would be other stuff like what you want to actually write on the web page. And these tags will help you define like how to write it, where to write it, in what font to write it. So all the commands around that, your text, your images, those would be controlled by these tags. Okay. So this was just a basic structure. So coming to tags, so tags are keywords that define how a web browser will format and display your content, and they are enclosed inside these angular brackets. So let's create our first web page. So we already have most of the stuff. So just copy this stuff or type out this stuff in your um, web page. So I'm gonna do that. So inside the head, we have data. Also, this is how you write comments. The comments are nothing, it's for readability. It will not show up on your web page. Then we have the title tag. Inside the title, this is our text, and this here we can write in the body, we'll write hello world. Okay. Yeah. So now once we have created this, so just save your file and then click on run and debug, and open your web browser. I'll suggest using Chrome. And you can see this is our web page that we have created. Oops. Okay. So this is a web page. So if you see it properly, so whatever, comparing it to this, so the title, my first web page, it appears here on the left, and the whole body of the web page is the white portion. And here we have the hello world. So we know whatever inside is head would be part of the top of the of the window, whatever you'll control through there using title. And in the body, body takes care of all the main body. So you understand, like all your images or whatever you want to show would come inside the body tag. Okay. So let's go over it again. So now we have seen how these work. Now let's see what these tags actually are. and how many of this. So most of this HTML learning would be based on the tags and how you can use them. So that's what we want to teach you. Like so that you are proficient in using the tags, you know which tags do what, and you are able to use them in your web page and create things using them. So starting off, the most important tag is HTML tag. So HTML tag contains all of your web page. So it would be on the outside. That is, it's the first tag to start and it's the last tag to end. Okay. Then is the head tag that contains metadata, that is information about a web page. Like we had title, that was information about the web page. So that contains that. Then title is defines the page name in the browser toolbar. So it will define the name exactly. Body defines the main visible HTML content, all your links, text, images, buttons, everything would be inside your body tag. Comment is for readability. Suppose many times you have a very long web pages, and if someone else is working, like many people work on creating a website, right? So to make the code more readable, they add comments like this thing does this part of the code does this work, so that no one has to read through the code, and the comment helps them identify what is it. So it's just good for readability, the comment. And coming to this meta char set UTF, this just gives you a dictionary. So, the web pages are not only in English languages. They are used all over the world. So they are creating in many other languages. So if you have to use any other symbols or you don't have an English keyword, so meta char set is a collection of characters which have like thousands of symbols and which people can across all languages use. So if you use that, your web page would be supporting all of these different symbols and characters. So that's just used for that. Okay. So that's the purpose of using meta char set. Okay. So I have a task for you now. So pause the video and complete the following steps. So Google the poem The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe, or any other poem you like. We just have to. And cut and paste the document text in your HTML document exactly as it appears on the website. And because you want it to appear in a HTML page, it should go in your body. And then enclose the text that is in the pre tag. So that is pre it would be between the starting and ending of the pre tag, whatever the text of that poem is. Okay, so pause the video here and do the following, and then save and open your web page and see if you could see it or not. Okay. So if you have done it, I'll just do that. So I'll just, oops, copy it. I'll just copy a few texts. I need to, so copy, and here in the body, as I wanted to display in the body, I'll paste it here, and I'll use a pre tag. But make sure you don't close it here, but after your text. So I know these might be very new to you, the tags or how you will remember this. But if you do enough practice, you will realize which tags do you want you are using more and which are more useful to you. And then if you use them enough, once, twice, thrice, you'll remember like what they are doing, or like according to the need. Like if I want it as a paragraph or anything, you'll remember. You'll start keeping track of those. So I'll just save it, go back to my web page and refresh it. So you see, you can see the paragraphs here. You can see your poem here. So I've only pasted 2 paras, so that's why it only is 2 paragraphs. Okay. So this is how you can, like, this was our first web page. You can add anything. and it will come on your browser. Okay. So coming back to the recitation, we have some more tags. Because what we are learning is basically tags only. In HTML, what do you have to learn is different type of tags, how you can use them to enhance your web page. Because right now it looks very dull, right? It's normal background, white background, black text, normal text. But the web pages or websites we see in actual are much more interactive, colorful, and much more engaging. And that's what our focus is, and that's why we are learning more tags, how to make your website more engaging or more appealing, but starting step by step. So here are some of the new tags we'll be using. So pre-tag that we use just that is what you see is what you get. So try removing the pre-tag and see how your text looks. So let's say I remove this. Save it. So this was it earlier. Now if I refresh it, see it comes as a normal text. So pre-tag preserves the format of the text that you copied. It will apply the same format on the web page, but if you don't use the pre-tag, it will just be in a big chunk of text, which is hard to read, right? That's why that pre-tag was useful there. Okay. So see, compared to this is much easier to read, right? So that's how tags are helping us. They control how you display your text or display your web page. So this was the pre-tag for us. Then we have the paragraph tag. So the paragraph tag, as it suggests, it creates paragraphs. So if you have multiple paragraphs, you'll have starting at in the end and the starting of the paragraph, you'll have the p tags, opening and closing, and that's how it will create different paragraphs for you. The BR tag inserts a single line break. HR is there for a horizontal line. I don't expect you to remember them all through them. You can come back, or whenever you are doing your assignments, you can come back and refer, because there it will be in the instructions that, yeah, this is a web page. You want it to look like this. Make it look like this by creating on your own web page. So they'll give you a web page and ask you to design an HTML which will replicate that web page. This could be like one of your assignment questions. And then you'll see that, oh, there's a horizontal line. How do I insert it? You can come back and see if you don't remember. So HR will insert a horizontal line. So let's use it. Let me insert a horizontal line here. So HR. So if I save it and oops, and you see a horizontal line appears here. So this is how we can use, just try these tags out and you'll see how useful they are. H1 and H6. So these are the heading tags that transforms text into headings of different importance. So let's say, let's use H1 tag. Um, First web page. Let's use H2 as well. The name of the poem. Oh, okay. Never mind, whatever the name is. And you see, this one is okay. That didn't appear. Okay, I'm making a lot of tempo, but the thing is, whatever you used in H1, it appears here, and H2 is appear here. So H2, the text in H2 is much smaller than H1, right? So these are the heading tags based on the importance, H1 being of highest importance in the largest heading, and H6 of the least important. Meta char set, as I already explained, specifies character encoding, that is a set of all the different characters that you can use on your web page. I makes your text italic and B makes your text bold. So let's just use that as well. So let's randomly, you can try it out. We'll make this italics. Let's make this bold. So if I do that, you can see this is made italicized and this is in bold. So this is just of the few formatting tags. The names are much simpler to the function that they want to do. Bold B, italics I. So I hope that helps you remember them. The NBSP entity adds a non-breaking space and it's not a tag. Let's see. Let's use that. So let's use it in the last line. NBSP. So you see there's a space anywhere. So if you want to, let's say, insert two spaces and like, let's say before here, I'll add multiple spaces. Because here we are using the pre-tag, the space appears, but otherwise, if you're using a paragraph tag, it will not. So then to add extra spaces, you can use this add and NBSP tag. Take a non-breaking space. So if you want to display 10:30 p.m., you can display it like this using and NBSP. So that is that. Okay. So that was the first part, your first web page. I hope you all could make it and make it run and see the changes. I had shown you some tags. You can use it in different measures to design your web page. Now coming to a new thing, and that is inside your web page only, is the list. So if you know what lists are like just like bullets, or it may be an ordered list like 1, 2, 3, 4. So making lists on your web page. So for that, the tag is UL is for unordered list, that is bullet, stars, anything. OL is for ordered list, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, E, and something ordered list like that. Li are just like the list items which would be part of the list. So go ahead and in your web page, type this out. So you will coffee, tea, milk, and try running it on your own. So I suggest you pause the video here and try running this. Okay, I think I have it already. Let's first close this. Okay, yep. Okay, that is too much. Let's type the list here only. So T yeah, I think something is wrong with my preferences. Don't worry, I don't use it. So I'll just save this and I'll have to run this again. So you see, this comes as milk and coffee. This is how you make a list things. So this was you if you change it to, oh, let's add something else. This looks like a breakfast menu. So I'll just add things like things. Now, if you want it ordered, or in a certain sequence, then you can use OL and you will get it like 1, 2, 3. So that is lists for you. And again, you can, for creating sub bullet points, what you can do is nest the list, that is, have a list inside of another list. For example, in coffee, we want, there's two type of coffees so that we want to offer. So we'll create a list here as well. And let's say we have two coffees. Okay, my A key is not working, so bear with me. I have to change some shortcuts. Decaf and normal black coffee or black coffee. Okay. So you see, you can get a sub list here using this. So that is, we used a list inside a list. So for creating sub bullet points, you can have a sub list. So that is one interesting thing we can do. Okay, they have used black tea and green tea. That's fine as well. So if you're done with the list, then the next thing is table. And that is, as specified in the table, if you want a table to appear on your web page, so the tag for that is the table tag. Simple enough to remember. And TR defines the table row. TH is the table header. TD is the table cell where you enter the data. So these are the 3-4 tags we'll be using to create a table. Let's see an example. So go ahead and type this out to create your table. So pause the video here, type this out, see how your table appears, and then you can try playing around with it, changing things, and see how that affects your web page. So yeah. Okay. So if you have tried it, I hope you got your table. I think I have it typed already. So I don't want to type it again. So major cities. So this is our table tag. So border 0 implies what's the border of the table that we want. Caption. Okay, let's first run this and then we'll see how it deletes. Okay. So tables in HTML, that was our title. Major cities and population, because that is the caption of the table. Then we have city, the populations. So these are table headings. And you see these are enclosed in TH. So TH1, heading 1 is city, heading 2 is populations. So these are the first two headings. Then we fill the data row wise. So for the first row, first entry is New York, that is the city, and then is its population. And then for the second table row, so then the table row ends because we only have two entries in one table. And then the second table row starts, and inside that we have the first table data TD as Los Angeles and its population. Also see if you change the border to, let's say, 2, your table will have borders now. So it appears like this. So this is how the table is working. And I hope you could run it. Not, you can just screenshot this and just debug your code. So you are welcome to do that. Okay, so now that was all the concepts for web page we are going to be learning. I know I put on so many tags on you, but yeah, that is all what we are here to learn. Because these tags are the main things that create your web page. So that's all we're going to be learning. So make sure you practice these tags if you don't remember them outright, so that once you use them enough, you'll get familiar with them, and then you won't need to go back and see like, oh, what do I need to do to make my text bold or anything. Okay. Now we'll come to some tools that you can use. So for troubleshooting. So if you if you have some error, so on Chrome, go to try going to more tools and then developer tools. And here you'll see what the code of a web page is. And this is not just limited to your web page, but you can see the title is here, then you can see the table. So whatever you had in your file, you can view it on your browser. And this is not only limited to your web page, you can check out any web page. So let's say, let's open Google. So even Google web page is like this. This is much more, uh, what you can say, this is much more complex. So you won't understand many things. Even I don't. But you can see it's created, it has a doc type HTML, it has an HTML tag starting, it has a head tag. Here the title says Google, which is here. So the same things that we learned are being used in the normal or the most used web pages are all the web pages. So see, it has a title of Google. Then it has the body, which is huge because they have to make this search bar, make Google appear like this, have these buttons, the sign-ins and all of this. So for them, they have their own code, which is pretty long. And I don't want you to like get scared of this or anything, because this is very advanced stuff. But I just want you to know that you can see any web pages code like this and see like how familiar are the things that we are doing and that is actually applicable to the real world web pages which have like which have like billions of people open in a day. Okay, so that was about the troubleshooting. Then you have this website validator. So once you have written your code, it's not working, you can like paste your code here and it will and check it, and it will tell you that if it has any errors, like did you forget to close an angular bracket, or did you forget to and add a closing tag to the document or something like that. So it will help you in figuring that out. Okay. And lastly, we have W3 schools. So to learn some of the contests, or if you forgot, you don't want to play the video game, want to study, it is also a good resource where there's a lot of HTML topics available, tutorials like page title, this is a heading, paragraph. So all these are there. So this is also a good resource for learning and some concepts. If you are confused, you can go to W3 schools. Okay. So that was all about HTML that we had today. Now, coming to the game, number conversions. Okay, so we're going to be covering some topics of number conversions. And number conversions is we have many bases. So the normal counting we do is on base 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. And for computers, the numbers that we have are computers only understand zeros and ones, that is the binary language. So the difference between decimal and binary language is in decimal language that we use, it has a lot of symbols. It has 10 symbols, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and till 9. And after 9, we run out of symbols, and then we use two symbols together, that is of 1 and 0, which means 10. And then we keep on counting further. But for binary, we only have two symbols, 0 and 1. So after counting till 0, 1, then we run out of symbols, and then we have to do 1, 0. So that is how that are the rules of a bit about the decimal binary language. So to uh, so what our aim is here is to learn how we can convert given a number in decimal language, that is this number 11000011. How can we convert it into a decimal number? And given a decimal number, how we can convert it into a binary number? That's what we want to learn. So, for doing the first thing, for converting this number into a decimal number, what we can do is write down the number, then starting from the rightmost, write the powers of 2. We are doing this because it's on base 2. That is, it's a binary language. So it's 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, 5, 6, and so on. So the bases would be 1, 2, and then multiply them with the number. So if it's 1, it would be the same. If it's 0, it would become 0, anything multiplied by 0. And then finally, add all of them together. So uh, here we got 1 into 2 to the power 7, 128, 2 to the power 6 into 164, 2 to the power 5 into 0 is 0, anything into 0 is 0. So all these are zeros. This is 2, this is 1. And now we add all of them. And this number, 1100001011, it looks like a very long number, but it only means 195. So this is how we convert them. And to convert it other ways, so for example, convert 97, which is on base 10, to binary. What we can do is you keep on dividing the number by 2 and keep track of the remainders. So 97 by 2 is 48, but 1 is the remainder. 48 by 2 is 24, 0 is the remainder, and so on. And once you keep track of the remainders, the answer that you want in binary is just the sequence of remainders in reverse. So the binary number representing 97 is 11000001. 11000001. So simple, right? So for converting that, write all the bases, multiply and add them. And for converting decimal to binary, just keep on dividing by 2, save the remainders and write it in reverse. Okay. So, and also a fun game to practice this, you can open this. So if you see, you need to find the binary numbers for this. So for example, to find number of 0 is 0. Okay. So for 1 would be 001. That is 1, you found 1. 4 would be 100. And you can practice your skills like this. 10. Oh, 110. And 3 would be 11011. So you can keep on leveling up and doing things like it's just a fun page to practice the decimal conversions. Okay. So finally, I have a task for you to practice at home. Try practicing this. So convert these number to decimal numbers and these decimal numbers into binary numbers with the trick that I just taught you. Do this, and then I think you will be good enough to handle any of these conversions by yourself. Okay. So that was all for this week's recitation. I have posted the attendance link. I'll put it in the on Canvas and on the in the description of the video on YouTube, so you can check that out. And please mark your attendance there so that I know that you watched the video. And again, if you have any questions, comments, or concern, please let me know. You can write it in the attendance form, or you can, if there's anything specific, you can mail me. Feel free to mail me directly as well. I hope you learned something from this. I know there was a lot of new things, but that's exciting as well because you can see how they're being applied, and you can see what you're learning in this class. Even it's the same thing that is used in the Google Home web page, or like all the web pages across the internet. Okay, so that was all for this week, and I'll see you all next week. Thank you.